Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Union City's virtual break room. I'm Lauren Sagayan, your moderator. I'm also joined by Emma Tozer from the city, who is also our moderator. She'll be moderating the live question and answer segment later on. But I want to welcome everybody to Nancy George. She's the Executive Director of the Union City Family Center. Welcome, Nancy.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me today, Lauren.
Of course. Before we get started, I just want to remind people about the purpose of the virtual break room. We're very excited to be able to bring COVID-19 specific topics to the community to answer questions, to let you know about resources, to feature special guests like Nancy and more in the future who can help raise awareness to some important help that residents might need at this time. So thank you for those who have decided to join us today, and we will be sure to also post this video for the rest of you who cannot join us today. Before we get started, I want to note that if you want to participate by sharing a question with Nancy today, you can use the Q&A feature that should be on the side of your screen. You can also send us a question by using the chat feature. So both features allow questions to come into us, and we're happy to take your questions today and share them with Nancy. So Nancy, let's go ahead and get started. You've been working in the community for many years, playing a significant role in serving families and students in need. How about we start with an introduction of yourself?
Thank you very much, Lauren. As you said, I'm the Executive Director here at the Union City Family Center. We are a part of the New Haven Unified School District, but we operate a little bit differently because we serve the whole community, not just the school community. The Union City Family Center opened in 2012. From 2004 until 2012, I was actually the director at the New Haven Adult School down the street, serving the Union City community, and it was kind of a natural shift to come over to the Family Center. And we began with me as the only staff member and trying to figure out exactly what services we would provide. And over the last 7 years, we have exponentially grown. We have about 15 staff members who are in the schools as well as here at our very active Family Resource Center. Here at the Family Resource Center, we provide services that range anywhere from helping folks meet basic needs to connecting with partner services. We have about 30 different partner agencies that we work with, and so we help make connections to services with those agencies. We offer space for agencies to provide services here at the Family Center. But here at the Family Center, we have a clothing pantry, a food pantry. We do Alameda County Food Bank food distribution. We have programs for families with kids age 0 to 5. We offer financial coaching. And we have staff who basically operate almost like case managers to meet with anybody who comes in who has needs around education, health, finances, basic needs, just about anything. Our services are considered wraparound for whatever the family needs at the time.
Nancy, many of our community members have been going through very tough times right now, and we know that you're doing a lot of work in that area. Can you talk a little bit about some of the work COVID-related that your organization has been doing at this time?
Definitely. We've been fortunate enough that we've been able to keep our doors at least partially open during this time. So I do want to say up front that if anybody wants to take advantage of coming in for services, it's best to call first to make sure when we're open, and we'll schedule a time for you to come in. There's a lot we can do virtually over the phone. Most of our family liaison staff are meeting with families over Zoom or Google Hangout to help meet the needs of the families, so they have virtual office hours, and that's been really helpful. But here at the center, we're doing food distribution that's been targeted to families with children, and we're serving probably at this point about 200 families a week with groceries thanks to the Alameda County Food Bank and to our partner at the Daily Bowl. We're also serving food, just started this week, on the other side of town at Alvarado Elementary School. And yesterday we were able to get boxes of produce out to about 150 families, and that's going to continue every week. Again, these particular services are geared to families with children. We also have been here at the Family Center to help folks who need diapers, who need hygiene supplies. We have gotten very generous donations from a lot of places, including Amazon. And so we have cleaning supplies. We've even, periodically gotten in some precious toilet paper and paper towels that everybody was in need in. Part of what we do is we listen carefully to what the needs in the community are, and we're able to do that because our family liaisons live in the community that they work in, and so it's a little easier to kind of wrap our heads around what's going on, what are people's needs, and we've been responding to that. We also are still helping connect people to get support around signing up for benefits. With changes that so many people are having in their incomes, we have folks needing assistance who haven't necessarily needed it before. And so we're really serving kind of as a resource hub. We also have been surveying our partners to see who's providing services and what services are they providing and how. Some are virtual, some are in person. And so we've really beefed up our web page and our Facebook page to have constant live updates on what services are available and how to connect with them, whether it's food. We push out all of the information we can get on any place that's doing food distribution, and what day of the week, where to find it, how to connect with it. Personal and household supplies, all of that is pushed out through our social media, our social media and our website. And we're staying in constant contact with all of our partners so that we have updates on a regular basis. We also have experienced a tremendous amount of generosity from some of our foundation funders. And so we've even gotten notice this week of some additional funds coming in to help us support needs of the families, such as gift cards for groceries or for gasoline for qualifying folks. There's criteria for some of those supports, but most of the supports that we provide here at the Family Center, if you come and say you need it, you're welcome to take advantage of it.
Great. Thanks, Nancy. And, Kendall wrote into us, he had a question for you. And this is, again, more of a general question. Mm-hmm. But the site that you operate on right now, which is Barnard White Middle School, the former site of Barnard White Middle School, what are the future uses of that site? Can you explain a little bit of that for Kendall?
Yes, the Barnard White Middle School campus, which was closed as a middle school a number of years ago, is actually becoming a more and more active place. As I just mentioned, we do have a lot of services connected to the Family Center here. We also have the Dakota School for Independent Study located here. And just on Tuesday night, the board approved a plan to move the New Haven Adult School from their existing site to the Barnard White Middle School campus. And additionally, there's still a private school on the back half of the campus. So I should also mention that the district's centralized enrollment program, which is where all kids entering New Haven Unified School District go through the enrollment process, has also moved here and joined us. So we really are becoming a hub of services to the entire family. And then a couple nights a week, it's not happening at the moment because of COVID, but under normal circumstances, a couple nights a week, we're also part of the Union City Caravan program, which is a safe parking lot program for families living in their cars.
Great. Thanks, Nancy. Lisa wrote into us. She wants to know, how do I qualify for your services? I'm a single mom raising 3 young kids, and I'm struggling to find work right now.
Super easy. You call us. We don't believe that we need to dig into people's personal lives and ask for there's no income qualification. There's no specific thing that qualifies you. If you need support, we connect with you. One of our staff members will sit with you and find out what's happening in your life that's bringing you to us, and we'll make sure that we connect you with the appropriate resources, both here for our services, but also for any partner services that you might be eligible for. And that's a service that's provided for free to anybody who contacts us.
Great. This might be kind of a similar answer, but Casey wrote into us regarding him recently reading that CalFresh is expanding its benefits, and he's not sure how to sign up. Can you give some advice on how to sign up for these expanding benefits that are kind of ever changing?
Yes. So we have some of our staff who are actually able to assist with that, but we also partner with the East Bay Agency for Children and with the Fremont Family Resource Center Spark Point program, and they both provide staff to us that help with CalFresh sign up, making sure that you know the ins and outs of being able to access the CalFresh benefits.
Great. Thanks, Nancy. Before we get into live questions, I'm going to ask you a couple more questions that myself and Emma, just from our touch points to city communications, have been getting in. I just want to remind people that if you have questions for Nancy, please go ahead and use the Q&A feature or the chat feature to go ahead and send those questions in. Nancy, can you explain how school closures have impacted your clients, and is there any guidance or advice you can give to struggling parents on how to find childcare right now, especially for those that are essential workers or desperately needing to get back to work?
Yes. Well, the first part of your question regarding school closure, I think the impact is very broad. I think for some folks, it has been a change that maybe has some positives as well as some stressful sides, but for other folks, it's been pretty devastating, especially folks who really need to be going to work and are struggling with having their kids at home on virtual learning, trying to learn to navigate those systems. We have many families who did not have access to internet. So that's actually been a big part of our work, is making sure that every family who needed them had Chromebooks and internet access. And of course, we didn't do that alone as the Family Center. That was a New Haven Unified initiative, but our staff helped make the connections with families to make sure that that happened. And we continue to navigate any difficulties that families are having with the use of technology. We've also rolled out a number of enrichment activities in the after-school hours for families who need some help with how to keep their kids engaged and entertained. So that's been happening as well. In terms of childcare, we are fortunate to partner with 4Cs of Alameda County, and either through us or directly to contacting 4Cs is the best way to find out where there is childcare available right now. They've definitely worked with the community to make sure that there are options available, especially if you're an essential worker and need that service. So it is out there, it is available, and 4Cs is willing and ready to help with that.
And again, I'm sure the message is call.
Yes.
Make the phone
call
call.
us, email us.
Great. Nancy, many people have lost their jobs in our community. Getting back to work, as you explained, isn't as easy. And many people are dealing with anxiety from just not being able to afford paying bills or rent. The Union City Family Center has always done a lot of work previous to the pandemic in connecting people to jobs. Overall, how do you see the Union City Family Center reorienting or expanding its services in this new pandemic era?
Fortunately for us, our whole model of service delivery is based on being able to change direction very quickly in order to respond to the needs of the community. So over the years of us being in operation, I would say our top goals have changed on a regular basis because the needs of the community changes. And so we do respond very quickly, and we've already been reaching out to partners who are able to help with job search, with getting signed up for unemployment benefits, anything that supports those kinds of needs. And I think we're fortunate to have the New Haven Adult School moving to this campus, because they also are able to support career skills and getting started in a direction that can at least bring in a livable wage.
Yeah, great. Thank you. I want to turn it over to Emma. Emma, I want to turn it over to the live section now. Do you have some questions that have come into us for Nancy?
Yeah, so we have a question that came through the chat. Nancy, is there a way to donate or help the Union City Family Center right now?
There absolutely is. So on our website, which I think Emma was going to help us post in the announcements or the chat area, it's unioncityfamilycenter.org. There is a donate button on the website, and so that's one way to donate. We also take donation of, right now, just children's clothes. We're full up on adult clothes, but we're still taking children's clothes, baby clothes, other household items. And we survive thanks to our volunteers. So there's always the opportunity to volunteer and help out. Our food distribution is manned mainly by volunteers. Any of the other efforts that we put forward, we utilize volunteers. Volunteers help to organize the donations that come in to us. And so those are ways that we can always use help. And if you have ideas on other ways you want to help, call us.
And this question relates to financial resources. Are you able to connect people to financial resources beyond unemployment?
Yeah, I was mentioning earlier that we've had some generous donations coming in from some of the foundations that we partner with. And we are actually working with some of our partners, such as Centro de Servicios, and also some other agencies, to be able to potentially get those donations out in the form of either financial support for those who are not eligible for stimulus funds or for unemployment. We know those are the families that are probably hurting the most right now. And so we're working on being able to transfer those resources to actually support those families, and also to support gift cards for groceries, gift cards for gasoline, those kinds of things. These are some of the services that ordinarily there's no criteria to qualify. These services will probably have some kind of qualifying criteria, and we are just now beginning to roll them out.
This is kind of a follow-up question to that too. With the state-funded disaster relief for assistance for immigrants, are there more relief funds kind of coming down the pipeline beyond that service, which is going through the Catholic Charities of the East Bay?
I think it's very much hit and miss right now, but I do think reaching out to the local nonprofits such as Centro de Servicios, such as the Union City Family Center, such as Filipino Advocates for Justice. I think all of us are trying to garner whatever resources are available. La Familia, I think, recently distributed some cash payments to immigrant families to help with support. So it seems like some of these supports are kind of coming in waves. And so even if you come up with a no in the moment, keep checking back, because things are literally changing every day. And so one of the things that the Family Center can do is, if we know that that's support you need, if you've been in touch with us, then we will keep our eyes and ears open and let you know when something comes available.
And then I have a follow-up question about the CalFresh food assistance. So I know that there's kind of an expanded program, the pandemic EBT. So how do people apply for that, and how do people know if they're eligible for that?
Right. So the eligibility for the pandemic EBT benefit, which is in addition to the normal CalFresh benefit, is if you have children who are registered in public school and who qualify for free and reduced lunch, those children are eligible for additional benefits. And so it requires an application for what they call the P EBT card, and that can be done online on the CalFresh website. CalFresh has made it much easier to apply for benefits online, whether you're new to CalFresh or just applying for the P EBT card. The online application has been simplified, and they are promising a response within 14 days, which is much faster than it's been in the past. Even if your income has changed and you haven't qualified for CalFresh before, it's definitely worthwhile to see if you qualify now through that online system. When they do mail you the P EBT card, it's been confusing for some of our families because the card only has one of your children's name on it if you have more than one child. But when you go to activate the card, you will see that the benefit amount will cover the number of children that you applied for. So even though there's only one child's name on it, they're loading it with the benefits for all the children in the household.
Great. Emma, do you have a more question?
No, that's all that I have.
Great. Thank you, Emma, and thank you to anybody who sent questions in. Nancy, you've been extremely helpful. We've asked you a ton. We threw everything at you. You answered everything. I want to give you a moment to kind of leave us with any parting words. And what would be helpful too is just to one more time let us know the website, the phone number, the email that people can reach the Union City Family Center at.
Yes. So the website, www.unioncityfamilycenter.org. I do want to point out that on the website in bold print, when you first get into the website, you'll find a link that says COVID-19. And if you go to that link, that's where you will find so many of the resources. And we are updating it constantly as we're learning about new resources. It also includes a part of it includes a document that has where you can get food pretty much every day of the week throughout the community. That also is being updated on a regular basis. So I encourage you to go in and take a look, whether your needs are health and mental health, enrichment, help with academic support, help with basic needs. You can find links to a lot of different things on that page. And our phone number is area code 510-476-4770. Again, 510-476-4770. And that phone is being manned even when we're not in the office. We're still answering the phones, checking for messages, and someone will get back to you via that phone number.
Great. Thank you, Nancy.
Absolutely. I was just going to say parting words are, if you have a need and you're not sure where to turn, definitely reach out to us. We can't necessarily help with every need, but we usually know who can. And so we'll help you navigate that system to find a way to get your needs met.
Got it. That's a great message. And thank you so much, Nancy, for coming on. We look forward to also working with you in the future to help, promote the services through any of our city channels. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you for those who jumped on to the live audience, and we will be sure to share this out on all of our platforms as well.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take care.